Fellas, another day, another AEW contract about to expire. We know Bryan Danielson's contract expires tomorrow as we're recording this video, and we had a big question not too long ago when MJF went face to face with Daniel Garcia and told him, "I'm facing you at All In." It was like, what? What are we doing here? Why would this be the match? Apparently, that was kind of just throwing us off to get to the point where they beat Daniel Garcia down, leave him bloody in the ring to write him off TV. Now, a few weeks ago, there was a report that said everybody expects, what's the guy's name? Daniel Garcia to stay in AEW. He's happy there. He's not going anywhere. But now a report just came out that said he is actually thinking about looking at his options. So, Brian, does Daniel Garcia belong in NXT? Because he definitely ain't going to the main roster when he pulls up.
I think they can make something work with him in NXT. I think they can make something work, but he definitely not main roster status. I'll tell you that much. I think he could be somebody that's really good though. I don't think he's main roster bound yet. You know, I feel like he might need a little bit more work, and I don't think there's a problem with that. I think that's
not a problem.
He's
a young man.
Yeah.
But with the crop of talent you got in NXT, I feel like you got some big stars in there. I mean, Trick Williams, even guys like Ethan Page, Joe Hendry coming in. He's been doing this thing.
Yeah.
Does Daniel Garcia fit in that crowd, or do you think he kind of falls underneath? Let's ask Kiddo Valentine.
Yeah, I think it fits in the sense that you look at Brian Pillman Jr. Lexus King now, that's what it's called in NXT. All these guys that make the jump from AEW to the WWE at least have the boost of like, oh, we know this guy. This is kind of cool. So like even Sean Spears, they're not pushing him. He's not winning all of his matches, but he's suddenly on an NXT pay-per-view. He's suddenly on the main events. So just because he's making that jump from AEW to the WWE, forget about him talent-wise, look-wise, and anything. That's going to put him over a lot of people. They are going to feature him, and that's an opportunity for Daniel Garcia, which I believe he will take. I think the biggest thing right now with Daniel Garcia is his body. Probably like give him a couple more years. You know what I mean? Where he grows into his body. I think in the ring, technically, I think he'll be really sound. And I know a lot of people hate his dancing, but I actually like when he doesn't go overboard with it, like does it in the match. Like the other day he did it against Will Ospreay in the middle of a serious match. Like I hated that. But during his entrance, during moments where it makes sense, when he does that dance, I think it's pretty cool. And he needs way more of that, by the way. Not dancing, but charisma, character. I think the physique will come because like he's what do you call it? Discipline is there. He obviously works hard. Like he's been wrestling the whole time he's been in AEW in dark matches. Every single time AEW is doing a show, I feel like Daniel Garcia is there wrestling, doing something. So he just needs to work on that character. If he was to go to NXT right now, I think he'll be a mid-card champion at the very least.
Ooh. I don't see him being a champion at all. I mean, you look at, again, just the crop of talent that NXT has. I think Daniel Garcia has a big problem because even Lexus King, I feel like when he got over there, they gave him like a good gimmick. I think he kind of looks like a star. He doesn't have it all together yet, and that's what NXT is for him to get it all together, but I think he'll eventually get there. With Daniel Garcia, he does have that problem where his body, he doesn't have his man body yet. He looks like a kid right now. He don't got no aura, man. The man ain't got no aura at all. It's like his gimmick, like people used to say like Naomi does the glow thing, but what is that? It's the glow, but what is that? He does the dance. It's like, I'm doing this outdated TikTok dance. Like, okay, what else is behind that? You don't have any character behind this. You're not a dancer. You're not a cool guy even necessarily. When you get on the mic, you're just cutting wrestler promos. So why are you doing this dance? It's just so you can do something. And the Jericho, what were they? A Jericho Appreciation Society at that point? Yeah. Their thing was, we are sports entertainers. So they were trying to do the thing where they had those gimmicks. And, I think right here where he has the hat on, that kind of makes him look like he has character. But other than that, it's pretty much, it's just scrapped. Like without that professional wrestler thing, like they were the sports entertainer thing they were kind of put on, the dance really means nothing. So he's got to scrap it and find something else.
I don't know, Brian. Do you agree with that? Like, I also want to ask, like,
I don't
do
know
you
if
think-
scrapping it is the word.
yeah,
I think it's more like add to it. I feel like every wrestler, like most wrestlers, have like something they do in their gimmick. That can be his thing. That's fine. I just think he has to find himself as a wrestler and how he speaks and what he does. Because like Kenny says, it almost seems like he's taking a little bit of everything and trying to pull it all together. Like you can't be a serious wrestler talking crazy and then do that in matches.
Exactly.
yeah. I mean,
Exactly.
I think it's a difficult word for me to pronounce, but authenticity is the problem with Daniel Garcia. Even when he cuts those promos, I feel like he practiced it to the mirror, and then he just regurgitating whatever he practiced instead of feeling like he's literally talking with the crowd and living in the moment. Like Kenny, you'll hate this example, but CM Punk does that. Kevin Owens can do that. Randy Orton does that a lot. Maybe not in his promos so much, but whenever he's moving around doing his entrance in the matches. And I guess Daniel Garcia is lacking that. And honestly, that's to your argument, because this is something that has to do with aura. This is something you either have, you're born with this, or you don't. So that was another question I wanted to ask you, Brian. Like, do you think he can, since right now he doesn't have the aura, no matter how many bells and whistles we put on and bring him to NXT, do you really think it's going to work?
I think he's North American champion at best.
I wouldn't even put that on him, man.
What would he do? What would he do in NXT? Should he just lace the boots?
I mean, bro. I leave that. That's HBK problem to figure out, bro. It seems like he's found different places for different wrestlers, and I feel like a lot of these wrestlers seem like they have a spot in NXT. So it's just a matter of time. He's not gonna get shot up like Ethan Page did, because Ethan Page got there and had an NXT match, championship match, for his first match. So it ain't gonna be that crazy, but I don't know, bro. I feel like being that Daniel Garcia is an AEW guy, I could see them kind of pushing him a little bit just cause he's an AEW guy.
Stick the finger in the eye and stuff.
Yeah, it kind of makes them look good to other AEW stars when they make the AEW guys look good. Like Ethan Page shot to the moon with the NXT championship. If you're in AEW, you're like, okay, I can go to NXT and I can be a star. So it puts him in a good position that way. But Brian, you said they don't need to take the dance from him. They just need to add to it. That is scary in WWE, because what they will do is give him a phone and make him a TikTok star. Have him doing all of the current TikTok dances just as soon as he comes to the ring. They're going to be like, learn all of them. And that's going to be his gimmick.
That'd be kind of fire, I'm not gonna lie. If he does everything,
he ain't going nowhere with it though, I'll tell you that much. It'll be funny for value, but he ain't winning nothing with that gimmick.
I really wonder what you guys think, and down in the comments let us know. Like, if we're saying this for NXT, I was gonna ask about like the main roster stuff, but I think we just stop. Cut it. Yeah.